Dear students, already we have seen the concept of the power Poynting vector, instantaneous power and average power. And in this class, I would like to do some problems based on those concepts, particularly which will be useful for your GATE and IS examinations. So these are the problems already given in those examinations, and let us see the solutions for these problems in this class. Now, coming to this, the first problem, a UPW in air with E of z comma t is equal to 10 into e to the power of minus j beta z into AX volt per meter. E is propagating in z direction. Find the time average power density. So first of all, try to understand what this equation is telling. This equation is telling electric field magnitude is 10 and the wave is propagating in z direction. It is one way of representing the wave propagation also. This is in the phasor notation. So he has given that E of z comma t is equal to, so that means the wave which is propagating in z direction and varying with respect to time is equal to 10 into e to the power of minus j beta z. In which direction? The electric field is in x direction, unit is volts per meter. So from this equation, happily you can write down your magnetic field equation also. So h of z comma t is equal to 10 by eta, because you know the relation between E and H in a free space, E by H is equal to eta, you know this. So that's why H magnitude is E by eta, so 10 by eta. The wave is propagating in z direction only, e to the power of minus j beta z. And if the wave is propagating in z and the electric field is in x, then definitely magnetic field will be in y direction, because Ax cross Ay is equal to Az. Electric field cross magnetic field is nothing but the direction of the propagation, you know this. So that's why it will be in Ay, magnetic field will be Ay, ampere per meter. So once you know this E and H, it is very easy to calculate the average power density. Power density P is equal to, once it is a complex power, I told you, take the real part of E cross H conjugate. This is 1 by 2. So that is equal to 1 by 2. Okay. And the real part of this is E cross H conjugate. What is E here? 10 into e to the power of minus j beta z into Ax cross H conjugate. H conjugate means in the place of j you have to put plus j. So that is 10 by eta into e to the power of j beta z. So you can say this is equal to half into e to the power of minus j beta z plus j beta z, e to the power 0, 1. And it is in y direction. That's why Ax cross Ay is nothing but Az. And 10 into 10 means 100. 100 by 2 eta. This is 100 by 2 eta. In which direction it is? This is in Ax cross Ay means Az, watts per meter square. So this is the average power density. So this is nothing but the P. So the answer is P is equal to 100 by 2 eta into Az, watts per meter square. This is the answer for this problem. You see how simple it is. You have to use the complex power. P is equal to 1 by 2 real part of E cross H conjugate. So if you understand the equation and if you know how to read the equation, definitely you can do the problem within no time. Okay. So coming to the second problem, find the time average Poynting vector if h bar is equal to 0.1 sine of 10 power 8 pi t plus beta y into Ax for a wave propagating in free space. So just by saying this, you can understand the magnetic field intensity is in x direction, the wave is propagating in minus y direction. So you can write the electric field equation by knowing its direction. So let us say P is equal to E cross H, okay, and it will give you the power as well as the direction of the electromagnetic wave. What is the wave direction here? Minus AY is equal to E cross H. Already H direction is nothing but you can say this is AX, then definitely it should be minus AZ. So the electric field will be in minus AZ direction. So how to write down this electric field equation? H bar is equal to 0.1 into eta, because you know E by H is equal to eta. Okay. So H magnitude is already 0.1. 0.1 into eta is nothing but E magnitude. That's why I can write down here. So electric field is equal to E bar is equal to 0.1 eta sine of 10 power 8 pi t plus beta y into ay az, that too minus. Therefore, in the Phasor notation I can write down h bar is equal to 0.1 into e to the power of j beta y. In which direction? Ax direction. And electric field is given as here. This is minus 0.1 eta e to the power of j beta y into this is az. Therefore, what is the power here? Power P is equal to 1 by 2 real part of E cross H conjugate. This is. Therefore, half into real part of E cross H conjugate. What is this E cross? Minus 0.1 eta into Az cross H conjugate 0.1 into Ax. So conjugate means e to the power of minus j beta y and plus j beta y. So you can say e to the power of j beta y into e to the power of minus j beta y, it becomes 0. So e power 0 is equal to 1. Therefore, this is equal to half into Az cross Ax. So if you are taking this Ax, Ay and Az, Az cross Ax is nothing but Ay. So I can write down here Az cross Ax is nothing but Ay. 0.1 into 0.1, you can say 0.01. So minus 0.01 eta into this is Az cross Ax is nothing but you can say Ay. So if you simplify this, this is equal to minus 0.65 Ay watts per meter square. This is the answer for this, watts per meter square. Is it visible? Or otherwise I can write here, this is equal to power P is equal to average power is equal to minus 0.6 pi Ay watts per meter square. So this is the answer for this problem. Very simple, friends. You know how to write down this complex power. Half into real part of E cross H. You have to know how to write down the equations for the electric field and magnetic field. As it is in the free space, I have used the relation E by H is equal to eta. And for knowing the directions, always remember P is equal to E cross H. Electric field ఏ డైరెక్షన్లో ఉంది, మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఏ డైరెక్షన్లో ఉంది, అండ్ పవర్ ఏ డైరెక్షన్లో ఉంటుంది, డైరెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాపగేషన్ కరెక్ట్గా రాస్తే మీరు డైరెక్షన్స్ వచ్చేస్తాయి. వన్స్ డైరెక్షన్స్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత అండ్ యూ కెన్ సే హాఫ్ ఇంటూ రియల్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఈ క్రాస్ హెచ్ కాంజుగేట్. హెచ్ కాంజుగేట్ అంటే ఏమిటి? జే ప్లేస్లో మైనస్ జే పెట్టి ఉంచటం. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1. సో దెన్ యూ కెన్ సే దట్ దిస్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు హాఫ్ ఇంటూ మైనస్ 0.01 ఇంటూ ఏటా ఇంటూ ఏవై. మీరు జస్ట్ ఏటా బదులు 120 పై పెడితే యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు గెట్ పీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు minus 0.6 pi ay watts per meter square. Coming to this third problem, find the average power for a UPW having E bar is equal to 24 e to the power of j into omega t plus beta y volt per meter in free space. So you know the average power P average is equal to 1 by 2 into Ex naught square divided by eta watts per meter square. Watts per meter square. This is the formula you have to use. And here Electric field amplitude is 24, so 24 whole square. So this is equal to half into 24 whole square divided by eta, and the direction of the power is nothing but the direction of the electromagnetic wave. So what is the direction of the electromagnetic wave? The direction of the electromagnetic wave is in minus y, that means negative y direction. That means the direction of the propagation is nothing but the direction of the power. That's why it is minus ay watts per meter square. Watts per meter square. So if you simplify this, this is equal to 2.4 by pi, because eta is nothing but 120 pi, into minus ay watts per meter square. Watts per meter square. Just substitute here, because it is of 24 whole square by eta. Eta means 120 pi, because it is in the free space, and the direction of the power is negative y direction. That's why 2.4 by pi into minus ay watts per meter square. It is a given bit in your GATE examination. So this is the option you have to choose for this. So this is the average power. Then coming to the one more problem here. An elliptically polarized wave traveling in positive x direction is having Ex is equal to 3 sine of omega t minus beta x volt per meter, and Ey is equal to 6 sine of omega t minus beta x plus 5. What is the average power per unit area? So here is telling the wave is propagating in x direction and it is having two components, Ex and as well as Ey. So if you take like this, then P average is equal to E square by 2 eta into watts per meter square. What is this E? E means you are having two components here, Ex and as well as Ey component. This is root of x component 3 square plus y component 6 square divided by 2 into 377. That is equal to root of, this is 9 plus 36, 45, root of 45 divided by 2 into 377. So if you simplify this, it is equal to 60 milliwatts per meter square. So everywhere you have to use the formula here and you have to calculate your E. So as you have given two components here, two components unnai kabatti, the resultant E is nothing but root of x square component plus y square component. That's why it is equal to root of 3 square plus 6 square divided by 2 eta. So I hope you understood this. So finally the answer is 60 milliwatt per meter square. Okay. A plane wave having 2 volt per meter electric field intensity impinges normally on a copper block whose sigma is equal to 5.8 into 10 power 7 Siemens per meter at a frequency of 2 GHz. Find the time average power density absorbed by the copper block. So as usual, what is the average power? So you can say P average is equal to half into Ex naught square divided by eta. This is the formula you have to use, watts per meter square. Okay. Now here Ex naught is already given here. What is Ex naught? 2 volts per meter. So Ex naught is equal to 2 volts. But for finding this eta, as it is a good conductor, you know the formula, eta is equal to root of omega mu by sigma. Just substitute the values here, you are going to get eta is equal to root of omega 2 pi f. 2 pi f means he has given 2 gigahertz into 2 into giga means 10 to the power of 9 into mu is equal to mu naught into mu r is equal to 1. So therefore mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 by sigma. What is the value of the sigma? 5.8 into 10 to the power of 7 mole per meter. Just if you simplify this, you are going to get this is 0.0165 ohms. This is the eta, you got it. Now just substitute in this expression for the average power. P average is equal to half into Ex naught square means 2 square 4 divided by what is eta? 0.0165. That is equal to, if you simplify this, you are going to get 121.2 watts per meter square. So this is the result you have to get like this. So average power is equal to 121.2 watts per meter square. So for almost all the problems, you have to use this expression and you have to understand how to find these parameters for a given problem. Coming to this problem, a plane electromagnetic wave propagates through non-magnetic dielectric material with magnetic field intensity of 6 amperes per meter at a sinusoidal frequency of 200 MHz. The relative permittivity is 9. Find the time average power density. So, given that H bar is equal to, H bar magnitude is equal to 6 amperes per meter and epsilon r is equal to 9 and the frequency is equal to 200 megahertz, 200 into 10 to the power of 6 hertz, and is asking the time average power. You know, as usual, time average power PAVC is equal to half into Ex naught square by eta, or otherwise you can write here that is also equal to half into Hx naught square into eta watts per meter square, because in this problem he has given H. But how to find out eta? And eta can be calculated as eta is equal to root of mu naught mu r by epsilon naught into epsilon r. It is a dielectric material. So that is equal to root mu naught by epsilon naught is 377 ohms. That means 120 pi. So I can write here this is 377 and square root of mu r is 1, epsilon r is nothing but 9. So that is equal to, almost equal to, this is 40 pi, because 377 means 120 pi, 120 pi by 3 is equal to 40 pi. Then I can say the average power PAVC is equal to half into Hx naught square. Hx naught square means 36. 6 into 6, 36. So 6 whole square into eta. What is eta? 40 pi. So if you simplify this, average power is equal to, you can say 2.26 kilowatts per meter square. So this is the answer you are going to get here, 2.26 kilowatts per meter square. So this is the way of doing this problem. In the previous problem he has given electric field intensity, now he has given magnetic field intensity. The technique is how to get the eta value. Whenever you are calculating eta, you have to see which medium it is. As it is a dielectric medium, you have used this formula and you got this answer like this. Okay.